If you were born a woman, congratulations, you are already feminine. You don't need any extra course, you don't need any extra material on how to be more feminine. And that's literally everything I'm talking about in this video. But I need you to stay with me until the end. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. I'm Jen Fatimoti and this is my YouTube channel. I'm officially welcoming you to the first episode of the Build to Be Soft series, where we're just going to talk about everything femininity in this month of July. If you haven't seen my previous video where I gave you a story time about like how I started my own journey and what even made me start thinking femininity for myself, then you should check out my previous video. Today I just want us to talk about something that has been sitting in my mind, on my chest for a while, and that's understanding your core as a woman and tapping into that feminine energy matters. Why do we treat femininity as a skill that we have to learn from somebody else? If you did not take classes to learn how to grow the hair on your head, if you do not take classes to learn how your hormones work, how you process emotions differently from a man, these are things that just come naturally because you were born a woman. So when someone says, come and pay X amount on how to be more feminine, or I tried this and this worked for me, I have now put it in a PDF for you to come and buy. I just want to tell you that it is not anything set in stone. Yes, there are general rules, there are general things that every woman can apply to their lives and they would see a difference. But if you haven't sat down to think about what you really like, who you really are as a woman, what separates you from the next woman, I don't think you are ready to go on that path of learning how to be more feminine for yourself, because femininity is very different for every woman. And that is why a lot of times when I hear people say you have to talk softly, you have to dress a certain type of way, you have to speak a certain type of way, I find that very annoying, because what if you were not born like that? I know of someone that really just liked the idea of the whole femininity being sold on social media. She bought a lot of courses. After trying to implement those things in the courses, she just realized that this is not me. I'm literally changing myself. I'm literally having to drop the things that make me happy to do these things that is performative, and anything that feels performative, anything that is not authentic, it is going to show. That is why I'm always someone that says you have to be your authentic self. You have to improve on what you already have, what God has already created you with. Maximize that. You can now learn the features that you have as a person and now work and build on that. What I want you to do after this video is to sit down with yourself. I don't want you to go and watch any other video. I don't want you to go and get any book on how to be feminine or start looking for materials online. I just want you to sit down with yourself and ask yourself very, very specific questions. Questions that are tailored to just you. Questions that only you can answer for yourself. Questions that would determine and tell you what actually separates me from Jennifer, what actually separates me or differentiates me from the next woman that I meet. I always like to say that femininity is not really about doing dainty, cute, being petite, being small, trying to package yourself as a baby. It's not all of that. You can have a very bold personality and still be feminine. Take a look at Fisayo Longe, the founder of Kai Collective. She has like a very bold fashion statement, but I personally think that she's a very feminine woman. The way she carries herself, the way she walks, she has this sensual vibe to her. I saw a video of her posting the amount of shoes she bought for her wedding, and I think it was over 20. She bought over 20 shoes for her wedding, and she didn't even get to wear up to that. Just tell me what is more feminine than that. So you do not have to now change the kind of style that you like. You can't wear bold colors because they've told us that being feminine, you have to wear pink, you have to wear pastel colors, you have to wear nude, neutrals. Why? Nah, please leave all those things. You can't wear chunky bracelets. I like chunky bracelets. I like dainty jewelry, yes. But if I'm in the mood for chunky bracelets, I would wear chunky bracelets. And it doesn't take away from the fact that I am still feminine. So that's why I need to sit down with yourself and ask yourself questions that only you can answer. I see on social media and I'm like, oh, I like this babe. I like her fashion sense. But you've told yourself that, but she's doing too much. Oh, it's not feminine. No. Just figure out what you actually want and then tailor it to who you are. To be honest, this is the part that is actually very, very interesting to me because I, for one, have experienced it firsthand. And it's not even just hearsay, it's not even just one of those things that are speculated. No, it's not a feeling. There are actually real research behind this thing. Why I can confidently share this is when I started understanding myself and I tapped into this feminine side of me, I could tell, like I could feel the difference. I was more confident because, like I mentioned in my previous video, I battled with low self esteem, low self confidence. But as I started doing these things, I started understanding these things about myself. I started being more confident in who I was because I was training my mind. Imagine walking into a room and you don't even know who you are, you feel lost. Your body is somehow, your brain and your body somehow is just going to express that you don't even know what you're doing here. You don't even know why you're here. But if you have the peace that, oh, I understand who I am, I know who I am, I like who I am, I enjoy who I am, I love being a woman, then there's just this peace. It's not something that is explainable, it's something that you just have to feel, learn for yourself. I'm telling you that when you feel your most feminine, like when you are in that softness that God has created you with, when you tap into that, there's just this aura, this energy that oozes from you. And believe me when I tell you that people around you can feel that energy. With the chaos happening around the world, everybody is on go, go, go mode. And then you're just one person, you're just a woman that is so calm, so peaceful. You're not in a rush, you're so grounded. And I think psychologists call it co- embodied cognition. Yeah. There are over 1,000,001 advantages that come with just understanding your core as a feminine being. Everybody is born with feminine and masculine energy. Men have feminine traits in them and women have masculine traits in them. But a lot of times women just allow the masculine traits overshadow or overpower the feminine traits and vice versa. And to be honest, I'm not even where I want to be yet with all of this. I'm still figuring things out as I'm growing, as I'm evolving. And I'm not just going to sit down here and tell you that, oh, it's all confident, oh, so many good things come with it. You would hear people say a lot of nasty things, they always talk. So you just need that thick skin for yourself, because when you start carrying yourself with that confidence, you just walk in spaces and you just own it. You don't need to explain yourself to anybody. It's normal because someone that was always like in the dark, and then you found light, you found the light for yourself, and people are noticing you more. You need to understand that visibility isn't always going to be comfortable, because you will hear things about yourself, things that are not true, things that are true. I say this all the time. I'm very shy, but because I don't even control these things anymore, it's just something that happens naturally. If I try to hide in a place, it's not possible. I can't even hide. And my mommy always says that a goldfish can never hide. For a shy person, you're doing this work on yourself. You've determined that you want to actually get all these benefits of tapping into your feminine energy, understanding yourself as a woman. Understand that there are cons to it as well, not just pros, pros, pros all the time. People would always notice you when you walk in a room. People will just see you, look at you, compliment you. You would have strangers coming up to you to compliment you. I promise you. You will look at them and be like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And she thinks I'm beautiful. So you would have that all the time. So if you're going to take one thing from this video, I need you to understand that you are already feminine because you were born a woman. You just need to understand who you actually are, what separates you from the next person, what you actually like for yourself, the kind of outfits, the kind of makeup, how you want to look physically for yourself. We're going to get to the episode in this series where I talk to you about body shapes and the kind of clothes that goes with your body shape. I'm going to get to that, but that's like the physical appearance of this whole femininity series. Understand that you don't even have to pay for courses, at least not yet. First, understand who you are and what you actually like. Look at the people that you see and you're just so drawn and attracted to them. Ask yourself, what is making this person so likable? Why do I like this person so much? Sit down with yourself. I've always known, like I said it in my previous video, I've always known that I never wanted to dress like a boy. I knew that I loved girly stuff. So from a young age, I was already doing my nails, trying different hairstyles. So I had to go through the whole practical and trial and error phase before I got to where I am. And I always say that I'm not even where I want to be yet. I still feel like as I'm growing, as I'm evolving, I feel like where I am now, I've grown past this stage. I want to evolve to a higher stage, and I'm just so happy that I'm putting out this video now because as I'm evolving, you're also going to be seeing these changes and you're just be like, oh, this is what Jennifer was talking about. Because we learn every day, we grow every day. That just means you're alive. If you're not growing, it means you're dead. If you're not learning new things, it just means that you're stagnant, you're stuck in one place. And we don't want that. I hope I've been able to convince you that you do not need to go and pay for any course on how to be more feminine, at least not yet. We've come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do not forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. It's going to mean so much to me. And if you watched to this part, I love you so much. Thank you for supporting me, for watching my videos, and I'll see you next week Wednesday. Bye, my loves. Mwah.